Zerg steamroll old fates, that's what they're gonna do.
Except if you make it roughly equivalent in terms of efficiency, then it's pretty much either or.
No, you'd have to make it dramatically worse in terms of efficiency, because you're not going to be able to, how should I put it, like, make the old content not something you can just steamroll.
And remember that doing fates is not the same thing when you're by yourself and when you're in a Zerg. Like, Zerg.
No, I'm aware. I did the anima.
Okay, but my point is that what it means is that Zerging the stuff is super fast, so they'd have to make it really, really bad drop rate. And that makes soloing it outside of it basically impossible.
Yep.
You could dynamically scale that.
I don't think that they can.
I don't think that they are clever enough to do that correctly.
That's a different problem entirely.
As evidenced by the fact that they introduced this problem in the first place, which is they are actively incentivizing you to not do the current content. Maybe not on purpose, but that is the incentives that exist for players, so they're not doing the new content. They're just zerging old fates, which is basically cancer.
What's going on?
And take my opinion with a grain of salt here, but I'd personally rather have that problem than have it restricted to the Boston front, just because I don't find that content particularly interesting.
Well, it is entirely optional. I mean, as evidenced by the fact that, like, you know, the Eureka thing was pretty much entirely optional. The only thing that Eureka would get you best in slot for is doing T and maybe Ubu.
Yeah, but sometimes it's not about best in slot. Sometimes it's about the aesthetic.
Sure, and that's why it's optional. I mean, glam is the true end game.
I did not know about the panda mount.
About the what?
The panda mount?
Oh, that was a Mog Station thing you can buy.
Yeah.
And you can still buy it. How do we do this fight again? I don't remember.
Oh, we run around the zone, killing mobs to spawn other mobs to kill.
That sounds familiar. Ah! I think it involves me standing on this circle. That's what my instincts are telling me.
We kill this mob, we spawn 2 more mobs.
Don't worry, I basically haven't slept in 3 days, so I'm going to make every mistake. I'll wipe for you.
Oh no.
You, Tim.
Ah, stay away. Ah! Sit.
Are you gonna try the west-ish strat?
Yeah, I forgot.
Where are your way? This was the center, right?
Who were you talking
Mhm.
I don't know what the fuck you're doing.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Alice, you there? Hello?
What's the question?
The question is, where were we going to stand for enumeration? If Carrot was standing here, moved about body.
Well, I was over here because I had lightning, and then I moved to about here.
Yeah.
But if I were trying to, there was not a good spot to get both of you in, so I moved to a spot and stopped, so that it would be obvious. Get inside the circle.
Yeah, I was coming up here. Was like, well, that's fine. I'll just be over here.
But both of you were too far apart to easily hit both of you in the circle. So
Yeah,
the circle stopped, and it's up to people to get in the circle who need to be in the circle.
Yeah, I forgot to move west, and I didn't see because I was looking at Tam. That was my fault.
So unless enumeration and the mine go off at the same time, I thought the mine is actually what killed us, but
that's why you didn't get heals. Haha. Carrot and I exploded.
no. Well, I didn't make it to the mine in time.
Oh wait, you just straight up didn't make it? Ah, do we need to revisit our time limit?
Remember, we changed it so that I'm going to pick up one, move to this dot, drop, pass it to Midori, and then run to the second one. Midori was still moving.
Okay.
I think it's just because of the confusion around movement in the middle, but
Yeah, there's also no good path through, like, at all. Because if I'm here, Carrot's there, and yours is right there, there's no path at all down here. How do you do that?
that's the whole thing we worked out. Wasn't that literally the whole point of our conversation last week? So that Midori would have a path to right here?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but there is a path, because immediately after that happens, I'm going to stand on top of you, and then there's a path. Right? That's why
Well,
I'm south, is so that I can...
I think it was just because we forgot to be west. That's all. So there were people in the way, the way I was trying to run or was gonna run.
Yeah, that.
Normally I can juke to the east. I don't know which direction I'm looking at. Yeah, normally I can juke to the east a little bit and go around you if you guys are gonna be on the west side. But since we forgot, there was still a pass happening where I was gonna run.
Okay. Well, let's do it.
It should be fine if we remember.
So are we putting both enumerations on the west?
Westish, west half. Leave the east half as running space / clear for other mechanics. And since there's already going to be someone over here for the lightning, and after that we have to do the water anyway, so it's fine to just kind of be like this pie slice and the one directly above it, so that you're already close to D. We're already dead. I'm just gonna. Sorry. Okay, ready. There's the shield. Whirlwind. Oh, that's not anything you hide behind this for.
We need Sorrento. He's after the
Oh. So it's not whirlwind we hide for, it's
Propeller wind.
propeller wind.
Whirlwind
Of
is
course,
just
the
AoE.
other wind skill.
Third water is south, right?
Yes.
So,
Yeah, we were going over there because that's where we were supposed to stand for the flamethrower pass, I believe.
No one did the flamethrower pass.
I was
just
gonna say,
chilling.
Nope.
I am definitely not paying attention to when flare thrower goes off. So if someone could actually say flare thrower is going off right now, so that the next I know when the next pass needs to happen,
Okay, sounds good.
or somebody, anybody, maybe. Because because I'm not on Bruce Justice. I'm not even looking at him, so I have no idea what he's casting. I was standing there like, I think I'm supposed to be passing something sometime. I don't remember when though.
I also don't remember if I started with it. Did tanks and healers start with it that time? Or did DPS start with it?
I don't remember. I think I probably failed to pass.
Okay. This might just disappear. And then third lightning is at B, and third water is at C, correct? Slenta, how do you intend to get to B? There's like 50 million people milling around that area.
So yeah, clearly I need to not stand there. I'm presuming that while the shield is out, he won't turn. So presumably I can turn him to face north from south, and then get the fuck out of there and let you guys handle the shield. That way, I don't need to be there. So I can run straight over as soon as he casts limit cut and the shield spawns over to the side. That way, while whirlwind is happening, I'm getting out of the way for water and lightning. Well, I guess I'm not getting out of the way of lightning, huh? Somebody's passing me the way.
Yeah, I need you for like that B.
I'm standing on this dot here, right? Basically.
Yep.
So I should be fine to run over to the east. There's nobody should be in my way.
Hopefully, yeah, that sounds about right.
So I'm going to run over to the south end of B, like at the wall, though. Obviously, you don't need to be on top of me to pass it to me, but I'm going to try to see if I can nuzzle him between the ice and the wall, so we can give ourselves as much room for propeller wind as possible.
Sounds good.
That way, we do propeller wind in the middle. Does that sound good?
Yep, so then we can aim to stand around.
I'm a little worried if the water is too close to the wall, though, because he's really fat and lazy.
I'll try to stand there. There's.
What, for lightning?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
It's huge.
Yeah, you'll be fine. That is the last thing I'm worried about, you being too close.
Well, being too far away. So. But it's huge. It's actually huge. So.
That pass after flare thrower is the one where we have to pick up the thing we're supposed to get, not trade with the person we had it with in the beginning, right?
Yep.
Okay. You guys in set locations still? Were you that time?
I was
close.
Okay.
Refresher.
I think Kanata and I were flipped from what we discussed last week, but if he prefers it, I don't mind either way.
So is the shield supposed to be down before flamethrower goes off?
No. It casts limit cut, and then flamethrower goes off like a second later. But then the shield spawns like a second after that. So flamethrower happens like between the time when the spell finishes and the thing actually appears.
So we need to pass while we're supposed to be DPSing the shield.
Or preemptively, I guess.
That seems to be the implication that they don't say it explicitly here. So yeah, I guess the markers have been out for a while, huh? So theoretically, at that point in time, I will in fact actually still be right here. Just to make sure that the shield like stays facing north. Does that change anything for anybody? It does mean the person who's on me probably needs to be switching pretty quickly, right? Because I gotta move.
Does the roll rule still apply for this set of Nises that it's not going to be the case where like 2 DPS get a green one, right?
It's not supposed to happen.
No, 2 DPS should not get the same color.
Yeah, there's 4 different debuffs, so.
Each of the final debuffs will be one on a tank and one on a DPS. Or sorry, tank healer and one on a DPS.
And I don't. We're still just we're not doing something where like the person who doesn't have it grabs it from the one who does, right? We're still just going to whoever we have to.
You're going, yeah, DPS are moving to
Okay.
their partner.
that was my fault. I don't know where the second Asuna went because it was supposed to be targeting placeholder. But it clearly didn't get there. When that happens, it's usually because I'm trying to Tetris into GCD early. So the target switching probably fluffed up at some point.
All my friends are dead.
When asteroid killed them.
No, a tidal wave. A small tidal wave, but a tidal wave.
By an asteroid?
Nope. The tidal wave might have been caused by an asteroid. But it was a small tidal wave.
Yeah, the shield's really weak. It should go down in 1 or 2 hits, really.
I think my Bahamut is up to that. Death Flare it. Sorry, not Bahamut. time.
The only reason I was even mentioning that number is because I don't know if that's like a magic number where that's a fire 4 and a Xeno or something. And literally nobody else has to even touch it.
I was going the other direction where I never touch it. Because I hate to lose a cast or waste a cast on it.
Well, that's why I was
You
saying,
can do
because
that.
it's a pretty predictable amount of damage, so.
Yeah, but I usually use 1,000. Oh, I guess they're far apart at that point, huh? I mean, I hit it with the Xeno and a Fire 4 the last pull that we got to it. If neither of those crit, it's probably about 70 to 80k.
Combined? Oh yeah, I guess we're not at the full eye level, huh?
Yeah, and it's safe to say I'm not going to crit reliably, so I mean that's two GCDs and we have to kill it in 3, so if my third hit is soft, then it doesn't die if I'm the only one doing it. Not to mention I'm kind of moving in that part to pass. I might not be the best one to do that.
Well, if it's everybody hits an indeterminate amount of times or tries to, and then it just dies, and several people miss casts, versus something predictable that could come out of you, then obviously you would be the one to do it. But if you can't actually kill it, you know, like 2 hits.
We'll see. I might have triple up for that. How far into that pull is it? About 2 minutes, right?
Yeah, probably.
A little over 2 minutes.
So I use it at the very start. Once the blades come out, I might be up for that.
It's at 145-ish.
Yeah, it's kind of close. If it's up, then yeah, I can take care of it pretty much no problem. Because I can just triple cast and move to my Nisi while I'm killing it.
Well, it sounds like that's not really the best answer.
Well, if it is up, then it's not a problem. If it's not up, then it's a problem. Because I don't have Swift there either. A lot of movement in that phase.
I'm going to ask about that one.
I guess I could stock 2 Xenos.
Just chilling.
Hello?
It's a little close.
Lightning.
Never mind. Well, I do have 2 Xenos there, so I can probably just do the shield myself.
How much does each one do?
Yeah, you know.
I guess a fire 4 and 2 is definitely enough.
I mean, the 2 Xenos are probably enough by itself. The thing I have to... I mean, I'm losing a movement option by doing that, but it's probably okay, because after that, we're just stacking water and then up to the north side for ice stack. And there's no point where they're going to come together again, right? So I don't have to worry about fouling.
Yeah, we won't actually get them together again.
Alright, so yeah, let me just... No one hit the shield when it comes out. That way I can get a feel for how much damage they're actually doing. I mean, towards the end, it seems like they could be. In fact, they
Got
might
your
even should be.
in case scathe on the bar.
Like, there's 2 whirlwinds at the end there. I could drag them back together, but it'll only be a couple GCDs at most.
Oh, what? 7%.
say I don't want to live in this world, but it's not even a choice.
Are you too far ahead or something?
Dunno. Maybe I wasn't rimming the edge enough. ran over.
Yeah, I don't think I can do that by myself.
Okay. Well,
Is it 3 GCDs is what you can cast, or you have to die within 3 GCDs? Because I guess it's the same time, huh?
I mean, it just says 129 it appears. Presumably it dies fairly quickly. So
Yeah. Let me try it again. I had hard time targeting it. But I think if I can target it, I can probably do it.
I'm just trying to avoid that. I'm trying to avoid the other side of the scenario, right? Which is that everybody switches to it and gets distracted.
Right. Yeah. All right. Let me try something else on it. I'm gonna smash target, like tab target on him, because if he's the only one on my screen, mashing tab target should only switch from him to the shield.
But I'll
Right?
switch back from the shield to him.
Nah, I can react to that. It's fine.
Yeah, that's a little high. Having 4% left when I have to like run out is definitely an indication that we're a little behind. Not that that's a timing that anybody else is looking for. But.
Can we step out for a minute? Gotta do our reset at some point.
For anyone who might be interested in something different, they have spiced cranberry Sprite for the holiday season this year.
Could be good, could be awful. Depends on the balance between the sourness and the sweetness, kind of the sickly, sticky sweetness.
I tried it today. It was all right. The spice part was a little like, well, that's different.
I imagine it's like fizzy ocean spray, but maybe not.
No, it's not that strong. The spice is stronger than the cranberry, I think. It's like how they've had the other flavored bottled Sprites over the last year or two, like cherry Sprite and ginger Sprite.
These are all things that I've missed. I don't know if I missed them, but I missed them.
Ginger Sprite is like ginger ale and Sprite. Cherry Sprite is just okay. It tastes sort of like Sprite Remix, but not. The cranberry one was one of those interesting things. I was surprised at was at the grocery store though, because for Coke stocking purposes, the grocery store I go to is considered in an urban location, which means they do things like cherry Coke is replaced with grape soda.
I feel like this is some sort of dog whistle.
It's literally their stocking rules.
I'm ready.
They have certain lineups for certain demographic areas. So unless it's like a cross area that they override it for, in the stocking charts, it's like either Cherry Coke Zero in a slot or Crush Grape.
All I know is that my grocery store used to have Cherry Coke Zero, and now it doesn't. And it also used to have Cherry Diet Dr. Pepper, and now it doesn't. And I'm really disappointed because now I don't have any options.
I wonder if that's a Safeway thing. Do you have a Safeway near you? Because the Safeway near me has fucking nothing in it. Nothing interesting at all.
That is true of the Safeway near me, which is why I shopped at QFC, and now the QFC doesn't have anything because I don't know. Since coronavirus, their variety has just plummeted. They just like a brand disappears every 2 weeks.
It's probably because if it doesn't sell enough, they're like, fuck it.
But it's always sold out. Like, it's always sold out when they have it. When they bother to stock it. And, you know, it's like... The funny thing is, like, they have enough space on their shelf for, like, 4 cases of a thing. And then they have a special that says, buy 3 of these, and it's a discount. I'm like, you'll never have enough of the product because you are forcing us to buy them in such large quantities that it's literally the end. If anyone buys it, they're buying all that you have on the shelf. And I want that person to be me because I want to be the one that has them.
Maybe you just gotta Instacart yourself some of this thing.
I just need to go get like wholesale, get myself on some delivery route and get 12 cases at a time.
Get a pallet of cherry Coke Zero dropped off at your house every 2 weeks.
2 weeks is a bit ambitious. Maybe every 2 months. I don't know how many 12 packs are in a pallet.
On a completely unrelated note, have any of you ever encountered black cherry vanilla Dr. Pepper?
Yes.
Yeah.
One sec.
Where?
It's too much.
Oh, it's gone. It's not made anymore.
I figured that. It's just always bugged me since I managed to run across it exactly once and couldn't find it anywhere else.
I'm sad. I wrote them. I said, hey, bring it back. And they told me they're not going to. Well, they didn't tell me they're not going to. But
I was like, they wrote you back.
No, I actually emailed them. I was like, hey, bring this back so I can get myself fat.
Received a handwritten note from the CEO.
They didn't tell me it was gone for good, but it's not being sold at the moment.
Well, at least you've actually encountered it. You're literally the first ones I've met that have.
I bought like 4 or 5 cases of it.
It's not about where, it's about when. You gotta get yourself into some quantum leap shit. Find that exact date.
Well, no, it really was about where, because at the time it wasn't in any stores. The only reason I knew it existed was because it was in a random hospital waiting room.
I mean, there's a lot of stores that don't go through their inventory very fast. And don't really respect the sell-by date for some items. If it was recent, it was certainly expired.
I mean, it's probably still good.
Yeah, I imagine it is.
But then get here.
I do not
Like
know
dirt.
who needs the orange.
I need orange.
Oh, I passed over you.
I do have things. So one of you should not be there. Wait, I need you. Wait, what?
We needed more people.
That's so hard. That's so hard. So much shit going on.
Red water is south, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I was just making sure I was in the right spot. Because, like, no one came there.
Did you do your pass already?
I thought we did our pass after flamethrower went off.
It
Yeah,
did
so
go off.
did
It
you
went
do your
off.
pass?
Which is why I'm like, I did my pass and then I got where I needed to be, so...
Alright, so you're golden.
No one went to me, so I don't have.
I'll try to wait till after lightning goes off before I move him again. I'm just afraid that whirlwind is going to lock him in place.
Were you needing blue, Solenta? Did I see that right?
I don't know.
Let's find out.
Because I manipulated to you. I'm like, oh, he needs blue. But by that point, everything was going to shit.
Yeah. You also almost manipulated to me, so.
I know it's not ideal. I know, but I was on the wrong side of town.
Okay.
I need to get over quick, like, because when I'm killing the stupid shield, like, I should have already passed by that point. So I need to like pass before I start hitting the shield. I think, just tricky. Also, it seemed like one other person was hitting the shield. Because it was moving like a lot when I wasn't hitting it. I don't know if that's just residual AoE or not.
Isn't Midori hitting the shield because Cruise Chaser is invincible while the shield is up anyway?
It means she can hit Brute instead. But...
Oh wait, no. The demos aren't up yet. Go to
128, like
Yeah.
and a half.
I couldn't get so Kanata, I had your color and I couldn't get to you because there were like 3 people between me and you that were stationary. So
I see.
they were not moving, and like they were positioned so that if I walked between them I would pick up something. So
Okay.
I don't know how to do that, I guess.
I guess the tank should stay still, right?
Unless they have to move for a mechanic, yes.
Right, and then the healers are gonna go to their spot and chill. Yes.
Can you remind me where those are? Where your spots are?
Here, I think.
So you are B or A?
I am B.
Okay.
And then Tam should be here, and Solenta should be here, I believe.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. This will be a thing. All right.
Just finding the combing through the list. I'm just like, gotta look for the right icon.
So so I had the blue Nisi, and then Solenta and Tylede both need it. In that case, I just pass it to Solenta, right?
You
Yes.
always ignore the DPS.
Okay.
So I actually didn't need blue.
Yeah, you do.
No, I needed the green.
What?
Kanata needed the green.
I'm not colorblind, right?
I'm looking at
Help!
video.
Okay.
I'm not at the top of the list.
I'm just. So really, the DPS people only have to look at 4 people. It's the tanks and the healers, and we just give it to whichever one. We don't actually care about the other DPS in that phase as far as buffs go.
That is correct. And you also only need to look at the top half of the list. Right? You literally don't need to look at the bottom half of the list at all.
Not entirely true for DPS,
Why not?
because the top half of the list includes you.
We'd be
Wow,
looking
are we
at
being pedantic or
Like, really?
Yes. Yes.
I hate it.
Yep, seems like Tam needs the red one, Santa needs the blue one, I need the orangey one, and yours needs the purple one.
I needed the orange one.
Do we want to call that yellow, green, or
It
Oh,
seems
I'm
like it's
colorblind.
green, orangey-ish, blue, and magenta or something.
We call that purple, man.
Purple.
We're gonna do like magenta, cerulean. Like what are we doing?
Purple.
Cyan. Come
What's
on.
happening?
Lime colored and like.
So, am I correct in that I was gonna pass to Salenta, Midori was gonna pass to Kanata, and then in the 4th pass I was gonna take from Kanata? Was that my sequencing?
yes?
Okay.
What is mana?
I don't recommend trying to think through both of those things on the during the third pass, but yeah, you can certainly look quite a bit ahead. Like after you've done the third pass and while we're doing Propeller Wind, you can look ahead to the 4th one.
It's kind of far ahead. Have we determined what order we're gonna be stacking behind the ice in?
No, but it was about to happen about 3 seconds after we died. So
Yeah, it's not too far ahead. We probably should figure that out.
So where is first chaser?
Group Chaser will be at B behind the ice, ideally.
So there?
Yes,
Oh, then we have the rest of the arena.
that was the whole point.
Is that gonna work?
Right.
Okay, and if it will, then we can just be pretty much anywhere. I mean, Sunset should probably take the one closest to the thing, like right there.
Yes, I will be close-ish.
Tam is probably likely coming from the northwest. So, oops. We need to be marker third. Like that. Healers can be under them. Which one do you want nearest? I guess I'm taking 2. Yeah, I'll just take 2.
What is this?
Yeah, I don't know.
It can't just be in a line.
Sure, but the bosses are gonna. Well, I guess it only matters for Tiny that he's in range of something.
I don't know. In one of the videos, they're just like in a little line behind the thing. I'd be very worried about being on sides of the ice.
Oh, okay. Then we can just do Salenta.
Well, and didn't we also, except for Salenta, didn't we decide everyone else was just going to be like a static order so that we don't get confused.
I mean, so what's important? What's going to be important here is that the people who are going to be passed to the healers and tanks who are going to be that they're going to have fixed positions. That's the only thing that matters, because the DPS can do whatever the hell you want and run around wherever you want.
Okay.
You should have plenty of room. The only thing you need to be behind the ice for is propeller wind. Like, so just get close-ish during propeller wind, and then you can do whatever you want. You can cram between us. You can stay outside of us. It doesn't matter. Like, I think, of course, like, Tam should probably be like here, one healer here, one healer here, and I'll be here, right? And everybody else can just like cram in between or just get close-ish to the middle. That's all. The only thing that should matter.
You should also stack on your color, right? In case your debuff drops off.
I mean, you need to pass. It says pass around then after the third water and ice, but there's no like specific time to pass.
Right. Well, and just so both players have it, so you just stand on each other, so you both have it.
Great. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. As long as the debuff doesn't run out. It should.
The point is that DPS can take their time if they need to figure out who they're passing to or whatever, if they don't already know.
Yep.
Take your time, figure it out. Just make sure that you dodge propeller wind, but other than that, it doesn't matter. Like, just make sure that you do your pass eventually. And by eventually, I mean like within like 10 seconds.
Yeah, eventually. 3 GCDs, whatever.
So I'll take the spot closer to the 2.
If we can, as healers and tanks, let's try to spread out a little bit so that there's some room between us for people if they want to squeeze in.
All right, so somebody remind me again what exactly this thing is. It's happening right now with this line.
Those are way too close together, and I don't.
Propeller wind.
Propeller.
He wants to do a lineup so we're in predictable locations for the passing, and also so we don't run through each other when we're clustering around in a panic.
I don't understand any of this.
We have to do a pass behind the ice.
So.
Right, so the ice is like on B.
Yeah.
I assume a majority of the arena is not, like, is Cruise Chaser going to be behind the ice and we're going to be in the
middle,
large part of the arena?
All is that Cruise Chaser will be at 1.
Okay. Well, I will trust that this is going to happen, because that sounds like a pain in the butt.
The whole point is that we should have so much space that we don't even need to know the mechanic is happening.
I love it. I love it.
Okay, that's why I'm like, this is really like overthinking certain parts of this. Like, we just need to be standing. The four people who are being picked up from need to be static positions. I guess it's A2, 3C. Nice. That are just like spread out enough so that you guys can squeeze in if you need to for propeller wind between us. I'm like, don't stack too close to each other, but like, just kind of loosely spread out. In as long as we're in a set order, it should be obvious. I will be at A, Tam will be at C. Konata, you will be at 2.
Yes.
And you will be at 3. And so DPS, you have all the time in the world. Dodge propeller wind and take from the person that you need to when you can. Hopefully we're spread out enough that you guys run around and do your stuff. I don't even think that the bosses probably aren't even doing any AoEs, so. After water and lightning, let's see, I'm just making sure. I think we're like home free. I don't think there's anything else. Apocalyptic Ray and Super Jump. Okay. And Double Rocket Punch. Okay, great. So there's still
Okay, so he does do double rocket punch.
Yeah, actually, it's in the opposite order of what I just said. So it's Propeller Wind, Gavel, Photon, double rocket punch, super jump, apocalyptic ray.
Okay, and the gavel means we're done with the Nisi, and do we still have the Nisi, or does it get cleared by gavel?
Don't know.
It's gonna make the timing for the double punch real creepy.
I'm thinking it'll probably clear it.
I hope so.
Because that would be weird passing around Macy's afterwards.
After gavel is cast, all debuffs will disappear, including compressed water and compressed lightning.
Also, am I baiting the super jump? Probably.
I
would assume I would be.
shouldn't a tank be?
I thought in most of the strats it said that the range.
Yeah, actually, there's a double rocket punch right before, so I probably will have to go over to 10.
Well, I guess in that case, that answers that, which means that the rest of us need to not be any.
Yeah. Don't be near me. Well, I'll try to stand because it's the furthest person away, so I'll try to stand further away. But don't spread out a lot. I guess.
You just want to
We
go
know what
south,
happens.
south and southeast. Southeast. That'll be the farthest away direction.
Okay.
Oh, and it looks like he shoots apocalyptic ray in the direction that he jumps, so you need to dodge afterwards.
Are you sure, or just it targeted that person randomly?
It says after baiting, they need to sidestep to ensure they're not hit by apocalyptic ray.
Alright. I mean,
That would be awkward if you like jump to this corner here and then face the rest of the arena.
that's usually what he does.
Is Apocalyptic Ray after Gavel?
All the stuff we're talking about now is after gavel, yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
Gavel, rocket punch, jump, photon. Something else? Did I miss something?
Degree.
Oh yeah, the apocalyptic ray is part of the jump. And then 2 whirlwinds. Great. I love the order of these abilities. Just like as an extra fuck you, it's like first we're gonna photon, and then the tanks are gonna have to share a thing where they both have to be topped off, and then a DPS is gonna get hit by something, so they need to be topped off, and then there's 2 raid-wide AoEs just back to back.
Might be able to home gang the double rocket punch.
Let's see if that's written in the strat anyway. I think it goes through.
Raid wides shouldn't be a problem. The photon, is that on everyone again, or is it just
No.
tanks?
Just tanks.
Okay.
But photon is I'm trying to remember what is photon.
It sets your health to 1.
Yeah, it's
okay.
It's everyone's health to 1, but the immediate need is to get the tanks up.
This time it only affects the tanks.
Yeah.
Oh, it's only tanks this time? Okay.
Yeah, if you remember in Alexander 11, there were actually 3 different sets that targeted different roles.
I mean, photon, it feels like it's been used like 30 times, so.
Well, with different names, but yeah.
No, the name photon seems like, I feel like that's in different fights meant different things. But
I think
yeah.
it's only Cruise Chaser, but I guess that's not even. It doesn't really. Case.
will have benediction back at that point. So, and I don't think there's anything else that really is calling for it. So one of you is going to be fine.
Oh, which is it going to be?
That's reassuring.
Tank roulette.
What?
It was going so well.
Mass Kanata. I don't know either.
No one's dead, so I'm not going to ask either.
Alright.
I'm fairly certain I'm supposed to be dead.
You're definitely.
Oh, I pre-positioned way too early for that. It's like flamethrower's coming up, right? Where is it?
Technically, yes.
I was wondering where the buddy was.
Well, I was there.
Oh, we need a lot of help on this hand here. Just don't worry about it. Just LB liquid. Will not have. No, we might be fine. No, we didn't even get with the LB. Holy fuck. That was a crossbreed.
Isn't that a type of bird?
Oh, that's an osprey.
That's bad. Don't pass, don't pass, don't pass.
Batter.
But I want to see what happens.
Couldn't stop it from happening. I was like, huh, didn't kill Nears. Okay, well, maybe we're fine. And then just staring at it. It's blue and orange. It's like,
Ready.
Well, that's a problem.
Well, we're arranging chairs on the Titanic now.
Wait. That's super death.
What? That totally exploded before.
Well, we're missing 8, so there was a good... No, that was super bad.
That was me. I thought it was low enough. I'm getting tired of that configuration. I would like the Yagdal to spawn on the other side, please.
I know the feeling, although I changed what I do to accommodate where I no longer tab target now. I turn my camera straight down and I get my mouse like right in between the two, and it's like I'm playing the fly swatter game from Mario Paint. I don't understand what's going on anymore.
Joysticks are hard to control sometimes.
We are dying faster and faster.
2 minutes at limit cut. Then minute 30, then minute. Then before the pull. Alright, we reset ourselves. We did it. We can't do lower than this.
Like 20 more minutes. Let's see if we can do third water.
I really hate this game. Yeah, that's cute.
Oops, didn't even get the vision correctly. Oops.
Not sure what happened there.
It's real life.
I guess I'm gonna grab a drink real quick.
Did I accidentally cast Cure 2 instead of 3? That's all I can think of, but
I missed my soil.
I was gonna say soil's usually not that far away from me.
Yeah, how are you placing soil?
I pressed G and I left like somewhere, and hopefully it's in the right spot.
Do you have space for a targeted macro of it? Kind of like macros for Dark Knight.
I mean,
Because then it would place it with the boss as the center.
well, I'm not targeting.
And since everyone is... Okay, well... I don't know.
It's usually fine, it's just that time.
Yeah. It's also usually Sacred Soil doesn't do that much though.
Well, it's not that it heals, it shields through those hits so people don't take as much damage, so you don't have to heal as much, right? I don't know what it does anymore. They keep changing your skills.
well, Sacred Soil combined with Wings is almost equivalent to a Rampart. It's technically 1% off, but it's close enough. So it's actually a pretty big deal.
Next expansion, it'll literally just say this is a placebo now.
But the funny thing is, even if you tell them it's a placebo, it still works.
Your numbers will appear bigger on screen.
Physically bigger.
It doesn't specify.
Like pushing the buttons hard.
we die? I'm sorry. Did we die? Why am I dead? I went to click a button and I couldn't because I was dead.
Probably the speed of fear.
Hate this game.
Oh no! Oh no!
That's unfortunate.
Eh.
Well, at least Carrot is sorry that we died.
Eh.
I mean, it was like 3 minutes after you said it, but
I meant in that one exact location. I had to just trust. I had to trust in the damage.
I mean, we're already dead.
Not dead for a bit. That can't be right.
Whether Midori and I got it right or not is irrelevant to the fact that a fourth DPS or a fourth person climbed into the south one.
Maybe it's a last pull if it's a good one.
Any pull is a last pull if you try hard and believe in yourself.
We don't have enough time to clear it, right? Right?
Right. If we miraculously cleared the entire fight on this pull, we would be going overtime.
So let's aim to go overtime, right?
If we miraculously clear this, I guarantee you I won't remember it tomorrow.
Sounds like all of our experiences with Alteroid.
You never have to learn mechanics if you can just zerg through it. I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 damage.
I got my mind and I was like, oh no, where's my past partner? And I look up and there's like 4 dead bodies.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Your problem.
Good night.
I was
Good
like, oh
night.
shoot, everyone's
Night.
low-ish. I need to AoE heal, and then everyone that's low died. I'm like, all right, well, I guess I'm healing Solenta.
Yeah, so I realized something, which is that my Heart of Light, I think, is falling off right before that second cascade. Like 1 second before, maybe. And I think it's because I optimized so many things that it pushed it forward. I even found out a place where I can get a whole extra GCD, only to realize after much experimentation that it is strictly worse. I was like, it throws off my whole like cycle because so much of that fight is me just like literally charging all my shit up and then waiting till the last second so I can spend it all at once. And I can't wait an extra GCD.
Good night.
Good. I guess I get to try the new